All right. Welcome to another Fly Forward podcast. I'm joined tonight again by Glock. We're going to go over a couple things, mainly the Apex servers, the Vanguard seems to be catastrophe happening on the beta this weekend, and then whatever else we can kind of pick apart on the internet. All right. How you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Not too bad after a rage-induced Apex session. I think that was the first
I
time I've actually like legitimately got like pissed off and raged. Like
and wanted to just
I was
stop.
I was ready to like if I didn't have like a glass desk, I think I actually would have like threw my shit. Like I was seriously like I'm done. I'm fucking done.
Oh, your cats did it for you earlier.
The cats did do it earlier. I so it's like to my right. Oh, I guess you can't see me, can you?
Hold on, let me pull up Twitch real
I
quick.
guess I was gonna say so you can at least know what it looks like. But yeah, my cats are on my right hand side over here, and I have a old like broken bed frame. You gotta mute it. And they knocked it down like in the middle of a gunfight when we were playing Apex, and I was just like, "Fuck," because I like looked this way and I was like, "What the fuck is happening?" Like for a split second, I thought I was getting like broken in. But yeah,
Especially if you don't notice it on the ground, you're like,
because I couldn't see it for a second, I was like, What happened?" Like at first, I thought maybe they knocked over something behind me, but I looked at my camera. I was like, "No, nothing behind. What the fuck?" But yeah, I was. Huh. But yeah, I guess we can start off with Apex. How are we feeling this week about Apex?
yeah. It's definitely been a little rough. Wouldn't you say so too?
Yeah, I
Uh,
don't get how you can do a patch update event and have it be this bad for an entire week.
I compo completely agree, especially with the rubber banding and the disconnects. It's definitely been rough. Definitely been kind of a turnoff to play, especially rank matches. Don't want to jump into a rank match and just get rubber banded, and it's not a fun time. It's not a good time.
Right. It's so it boggles my mind that like a AAA company like EA and Respawn's under them would have that put out and still be like not really addressing the issues for an entire week. Like, and you look at like Splitgate and other games, they can come out and they're like, "Hey, we noticed that like such and such is shit right now. We're gonna fix it." And like the next day, there's a patch for it. Or any other game. Like, there's numerous indie developers that do that shit, and it seems like they're on top of it. But for whatever reason, at least this week, and I don't know, I can't really remember last time in Apex at least that we've dealt with something like this where it's like, holy shit, like it's bad.
I agree, especially during this event period. Most of the event's going to be taken up by this, server instability
Yeah,
and rubber banding, and
and they
it's not
did.
going to get. Yeah.
They announced that they're gonna extend the next ranked thing, which is good, I guess, or the next session. But
Yeah.
there's one day left in this ranked, so like you have to finish up ranked this week, today slash tomorrow, for Tuesday. But then the stability issue won't be until Wednesday, supposedly solved on Wednesday. So you're missing a day in there of ranked, which like that's crumbs, but still it's like Jesus.
Yeah.
Like there's some
Well,
people that have a livelihood on it, and you're taking a day away from them able to do that.
yeah. And especially during like with the there's only like what one day you mentioned left on this ranked
Mm-hmm.
for this map. Lots of people do like a hard push towards the end too.
Yeah,
And I feel like that's kind of well, yeah, it's not fair to them, especially when you're grinding that whole rank season just to, try to place good in it the last week is thrown with bug issues, and it's a pain.
Yeah, I don't get how they're. I just don't get how they think that's okay. Honestly, um, it's weird. It's really weird for a developer to do that. Um,
Yeah.
with the rank stuff, I mean, we've played a little bit. I guess it's not really an event. I mean, it is, but it's like it's within arenas, and we haven't even landed on World's Edge enough to go off to the thing, the what do they call it, the ship or whatever for Rampart. Haven't even seen it yet
Oh yeah.
because we
Nope.
land in our certain zones and we go. So like, I haven't even been able to see the fucking event thing yet.
Would be nice.
Yeah. So Apex aside, I mean, I know we tried to make a push. We talked about it a little bit last week as well. Um, are we thinking we're gonna continue on after the patch, or are we just kind of like, fix this first and what are we thinking?
I mean, uh, I definitely see us still playing it. Um, I mean, it after tonight, it was definitely rough. Definitely lost that
I think it was the worst
super,
it's ever been was tonight.
yeah, yeah, where you just want to hop on and play, and now it's kind of like, wow, that.
Yeah.
So, I guess we'll see. New World does come out on the, I think it's the 28th. Don't
Hmm.
quote me on that. So, I mean, I think we'll play Apex out until then. Still play it after the release of New World, but um,
Yeah.
hopefully it just gets fixed and it's not just like a disconnect fix. It's a rubber band and disconnect fixed and whatever else. So, I guess
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think yeah, I think I'm still wanting to grind it out and try to get as high as I can placement wise. We're in gold right now. I really did want to make a push to at least platinum, just to like show myself mainly that I could do it and play with
Oh
that.
yeah.
Um, but like the past, I don't know, past couple times we've done it, it's just been really rough to like if you're not hmm, if you're not like if the vibe is not good, we haven't played ranked, but like if you're just getting shit on every game, like it's really hard to dig yourself out of that hole of like, all right, let's go again, like,
Yeah.
and then you drop and like within 10 minutes you're already done, and you're like, all right, let's try this shit again.
Yep. Especially with being gold ranked, you have to be in the match for quite a while.
Yeah,
Well, I shouldn't say quite a while, but you actually have to do stuff to get your RP. Like you actually gotta get some kills. You actually have to stick around in the game a little bit longer than you know.
right, right.
So
Yeah, it's definitely been an interesting time in Apex. Like I know a lot of hardcore people will be like, yeah, this happens every single fucking time. But like for people that are coming back, like especially the lot that we play with, it's it's like, oh my god, like it's really cool for like that 2 weeks, and it's not like a honeymoon phase, but it's been really great. But now it's just like tonight was one of the worst play periods I think I've ever had in a game. Like minus like say shit minus like Cyberpunk, where like it was so bad connection wise, nothing was popping, like things
yeah.
were like lagging out. I think I got a clip that I gotta find. I literally stood in front of ammo for fucking a minute, 2 minutes, kept picking it up, but it would disappear from the ground, and then I turn around and I come back and I look over and like my ammo didn't go up. I look on the ground, it's still there. Just kept happening. I was like, what the fuck? Like, do I have to press this harder? Like, what do I got to do?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's rough. It's definitely rough.
Yeah. Speaking of rough,
Kind of. Let's hear it.
have you been watching all of the Vanguard stuff this weekend?
All of it? I wouldn't say all of it. Some of it.
Or have you been
Um.
seeing the beta shenanigans?
Yeah. And it looks like a lot of tomfoolery going on. I would say.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Uh,
who are we watching? Who did I send you?
I I think his name was X Spectre Gaming.
Spectre X Gaming, I think.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
there you go.
yeah. Oh my god! Like to point out like something very semi minuscule of hey, we didn't have red dots till 30 years after in timeline wise. Just to like point that out and be like, interesting. And then to get permabanned for it
Yeah,
is
right.
like
It's
holy
like
shit.
he was just pointing it out. It got viral, and they banned the guy. That's crazy.
That's oh my god. Like the the amount of pettiness behind that is ridiculous. And then he
Oh
still
yeah.
like he made another account or something. He's playing still, um, and it's like the next thing he posted was like just flares happening on the screen
Yeah,
where
I
you couldn't
saw
see
that one too.
anything.
Yeah.
Like it's a stress test. I get that in the development cycle where it's supposed to be all right. We're gonna throw out this many people into the thing. Let's see how well our servers can handle it. Um, Generally speaking, betas and alphas are not running smoothly. But if it runs smoothly enough, then you know you're probably in good with the game coming out earlier or early-ish. Um, like with New
Or
World
even on time.
on time, yeah, which is apparently what to strive for now. Like, when's the last time we actually had an on-time game?
I I don't know. The past, I would say since last year, it's just been delay after delay for tons of games.
I think it's, I mean, world world things
New World.
happening
Uh,
aside, like COVID and everything. I, I mean, even within the past 2 years, I don't think we've had a straight up like release on time. It's always been like, oh, and by the way, we're gonna delay this like 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks is getting closer, and oh, by the way, we're gonna delay it. Like it's been happening consistently.
yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it's I'm not sure if I couldn't tell you what's going on with all the delays. Maybe it's just it's getting more noticeable where they're trying to put out a more well-rounded game with less bugs off the rip, or I don't know. What?
Yeah, I mean, the intention is, hey, we found some more bugs.
Right.
We're gonna try to fix them so we don't release it because the game companies that did release, you can look back at No Man's Sky was like the first kind of one to do this, where they released it and they promised all these things in the game that you could do, and everyone was like, "What the fuck are we playing here?" Like, it's not.
Yeah, they re-released it, didn't they?
They re-released it, and they came back, and it was a really good game after it released. It still has support for it, um, but they got raked over the coals when it did release because it was so bad. Like they had instability issues, like just it wasn't the meat of the game that they kind of promised was not there, and they finally started filling that sandwich up. I guess if you want to use an analogy for food, sure.
Yeah. I mean, but makes complete sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I hear the content for it that's coming out or has came out is really good, and it turned into be a really good game.
yeah, yeah. I've been like the sci-fi nerd in me is always kind of like, ooh, that'd be fun to go back to. Um, I just probably won't pull the trigger on it. It's cool to see when it pops up in my timeline. Like, oh yeah, that's still a good game. It's nice to know that there's still games out there that aren't heavily like contingent on is this really good right now for Twitch views and YouTube views, like Apex
Mm,
and
yeah.
Vanguard and everything. So I like that aspect of it.
Yeah, I
Um,
think that's a good way to put it.
yeah, but let's see. I had lost my notes. So a couple of the other things, I guess, in that Vanguard beta, they when you do a finisher, people have been noticing that when you do the finisher, it might be like a bullet to the head. When you pull out the pistol, it's like a modern Glock.
What?
Yeah, it's not like a 1940s pistol. It's literally the Glock that you would get from like Modern Warfare, like straight up. Um,
Strange.
I've noticed there's another one where The kill streak is for a pack of dogs, like normal. In the photo, it's Doberman Pincers. In the game, it's Riley the dog from Ghosts, the German Shepherd.
Weird.
Yeah.
We-
Mo-
I
Mo-
I do you think they just kind of they need to pump out a Call of Duty as fast as they could this year, even with like COVID delays and all that? So they're just kind of throwing shit at the wall and
yeah, it definitely. I think this Call of Duty more so than Cold War because at least Cold War had a campaign, and I was like, okay, it's kind of like in that Black Ops era where people have really good memories of Black Ops 1 and 2 and 3. Um, so it was kind of like, okay, I understand where you guys are coming from. This is this studio doing it, but this one, for all intents and purposes, it seems like it's a copy and paste of World War II with maybe higher text quality or texture quality, but you can't tell in the beta. And it seems to be not even there's not a lot of thought put into it. It seems like where it's the same movement mechanics as Modern Warfare that just came out with the skin of World War II. So I mean, the saying has turned into like Call of Duty has turned into the FIFA of FPS. I don't know who said it. I know I've seen it online. I'm not going to coin that phrase because I definitely did not coin that phrase. But it seems like they're just at the point in either development cycle or higher ups. Just put it out. Don't care. People are going to pay for it. Put it out. Just put it out.
I that makes that does make sense.
Which is
So do
really
you feel
odd.
like the Call of Duty next year will be good? I think I read that it should be what Call of Duty 22. It's gonna be it's going off of the Modern Warfare from 2019.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that one will be great. I think not great. I should be careful with word choice, but I think that one will be really good because Modern Warfare made that step in the right direction. I think at least for movement
Okay.
mechanics and how it feels, and then they kind of took a step back with Call of Duty Cold War, and then it looks like at least from the early reportings that we're taking another step back with World War II.
Mhm.
It's just it's the one I don't think I shared this TikTok with you, but there was one TikTok where there's a theory going around that they fucked up in the office somewhere, and they're doing. Um, somebody thought they were doing Modern Warfare this year, and they were like, "No, that's next year, right?" And they're like, "No, you're doing the remaster this year, right, or something." They're like, "No, no, we're doing Modern Warfare from 2019, the sequel next year." And they got like their Modern Warfare mixed up because there was a remaster that was supposed to happen for Modern Warfare 2, and they're like, "Oh
Yeah.
fuck!" And they're just shoving this out. They're like, "Just put something out. Just put it out. Just put it out." Plus, they got a bunch
Uh,
of fucking legal fees that they got to pay. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's like, we'll put it out and see what happens.
yeah. And then anybody who says anything bad about it will perma ban them.
Yeah, that's the strangest thing to me. Like that they're like that to me at some level tells me that they know the product that they're putting out and it's not good. Like they are self-aware enough as a company. Like, ugh, yeah, we didn't get that one right, and it's like a super small thing.
Yeah. Especially if the hard thing is you don't know what the new Call of Duty is going to be until pretty much that year. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can get rumors and speculation,
Yeah.
and I think definitely once the rumor came out that it was gonna be another World War II
Yeah.
style era game, it was like this game's gonna be horseshit. But they're already too far into development to stop developing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And fully create a whole another one. So I think that's tough.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I distinctly remember when they announced it's going to be World War II. Everyone was it was like this gaming sigh of oh fuck, like really we're going back there. And I know we talked about it last week. I know we harp on it a lot, but these are the games that we play. It's just like you didn't learn your lesson from World War II, your own game that no one liked, that all of your competitive players said they don't like. You are putting millions and millions of dollars into your esports Call of Duty League, and you keep losing these legends like Karma, Formal. I think those two are the only ones that actually retired, but people are not happy with it, vocally not happy with it, um, and they keep just pushing. Can you mute it? Oh, do you have my
Oh,
stream open?
I do have your stream open, but
These.
it's muted.
Oh, I heard it for a second, or
Oh,
I was echoing. That was
oh,
weird.
yeah.
Anyway, um, where was I? Oh, that they don't learn their lessons from the past titles. Like every year, all they ask for is a good rank system. They have continuously just neglected that. Um, and this one in particular, where it's just like a copy and paste thing, which is really weird.
Yeah. Do you feel like the esports around Vanguard's gonna be pretty small?
I mean, possibly. I mean, th- there's some sales happening currently. Um, where am I hearing my stream? What the? I'm hearing it from somewhere.
I have it muted. Let me let me try exiting out. Let's see.
I
Can you
don't know.
still hear it?
No, I don't hear it anymore. Oh, that was weird. I don't know.
Oh,
That was weird.
oh, I guess I still have it up. Hold on.
Oh,
Now, hold on. What about now? Is it good?
yeah, I don't hear it now.
Hmm.
I don't know. That was weird. I just kept like hearing a small echo. I was like, is it my fucking head? I don't know. Um. Anyway, I don't think that they are. Uh. I don't know. How do I put this? I don't think that. I think they'll put their money into it, but I don't think that. I don't think it's gonna have the same hype as, especially the inaugural year of the CDL, and especially this year. Their viewership this year was not very good. Um, when Optic wasn't playing. Like the benchmark really is if Optic's playing, the viewership skyrockets because it's Optic gaming. But this year, even when Optic was playing, like it wasn't the greatest. It was still very good because they signed a deal with YouTube and it's on YouTube exclusively. It's still it's still in like the formative years of this new league that they're building, which is interesting. Um, I kind of wish Taylor was on because he follows this stuff a little bit more than I do, um, especially like the back end dealings and like the players and stuff like that. Maybe we can get him on next week, but he's hopeful. He's hopeful of the league, and he really enjoys watching the league. I do too, when big matches are happening. But it's not been it's not been like attention grabbing as much as like say Valorant this weekend or shit even League of
Okay.
Legends. Like it's it's not grabbing me like it should be because we all play Call of Duty. Like we grew up with it. It should be an easy grab for me. Like I should easily be like, yeah, I want to watch that team win. But I'm not, and I think it's the game at the end of the day, not the
Yeah.
players. I think it's the game.
Yeah, because I definitely think if you have similar interests to the game, like you really enjoy playing the game, you're more opted to watch other people play it, if that makes sense. But if you're like, this game's trash and it's just not for me, it's like it's not too fun watching it, or as fun watching, I should say.
Right. Yeah. I'm not as invested. And I think
Right,
that's where
there you
they've
go.
been struggling these past 2 years. Like Modern Warfare, I was like, oh, okay, this will be cool to see a modern play style, see how fast they can play. And then they went back in time with Cold War. I was like, we'll see. I didn't watch that much this year. Like, I think we watched one or two this year with, I think at Taylor's place, but Other than that, I don't think we watched. I didn't personally watch anything um, outside like a couple matches when they're on, but to
Yeah.
and part of that's like time framing wise. Like I'm not the biggest fan of the '80s. I wasn't there. Like
Dude, that-
now we're going back further. Wasn't there.
yeah, can relate to this.
Yeah.
Um, oh, but they do have red dots. They do have red dots.
You have red dots, which is weird because in somebody brought it up. I saw another TikTok of it. Of somebody brought it up in Battlefield, and he was like, "Yeah, Battlefield's got red dots too." And granted, this is probably like a kid or something. He's like, "Yeah, they got red dots too. Look at this," and it was a sight, and it looked like a red dot. And everybody in the comments was flaming him because he was like, "No, actually, that's battle accurate. It's a piece of glass with etchings to make it look like a sight. Those are time frame accurate, not an actual electronic red dot,
Yeah,
which is in the Vanguard beta, which is weird.
yeah, yeah.
Like that screams to me that they just yeah, just push it out. It's the same shit that we did the other year. Just throw a new skin on it. They won't notice. They won't notice.
Yeah, I personally, I don't think I'm gonna end up buying Vanguard. I mean,
Mm.
if you guys end up buying it and it's like a group of people, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit more fun, but I don't see myself ever just being like, yeah, man, I'm just gonna solo queue in some Vanguard tonight,
Yeah,
guys.
I I I said the same thing about Cold War, and I was like, okay, we'll play it. Like it's kind of a collective. Like yeah, let's get Cold War. Let's get it. I was like, okay. Played the campaign. I did the same thing with Modern Warfare. I played the campaign. The campaign of Modern Warfare is one of the best campaigns I've ever played in a Call of Duty game, and I was like very impressed with it. Cold War, I know some shit happened,
Or,
but I wasn't
oh,
sure. Um, this one does not have my attention like whatsoever. I know there's an update happening with Warzone once it drops. There's an anti-cheat and everything. Um, I know Relish and Beard. Those are the things where they're like, if they prove that they have that anti-cheat, if they prove that they are fixing Warzone, um, like this week they put a new battle mode out where you had more health. There was no
hmm,
vehicles. It's only duos right now, but it definitely seems to be a um, like attempt at competitive Warzone, which I think is a good
okay.
step in the right direction. Where you had more health, things took longer, stun was like 50% less effective, snipes weren't downing you in one shot unless you were like within 30 yards. Um, like they made a lot of like fine tuning things that were very like watching it. It was more about like oh shit okay I took that gunfight I gotta repack my plates and then kind of like what we do in Apex where you gotta like if you don't down that team like immediately, you got to back out and like, okay, we got to regroup, back out, and we'll like attack this again. You got to be more tactful with it, which is
Okay.
was cool to see.
So do you feel like once that anti-cheat gets put into play, if it does, I should say, um, I shouldn't say if it does. It's bound to happen.
When it goes,
Um,
yeah, when it goes
You
live,
think? Do you think the player base from that were returning to Apex are going to return to the Call of Duty? To Warzone, I should say.
I could see that happening, but I think they really, I think what's going to move the ticker is how many of the big time streamers we see move back from Apex to Warzone. We already saw Tim the Tatman moved from Warzone to Apex. He tried it for like a week, 2 weeks, probably 2 or 3 weeks, and then he's already back on it on Warzone. But his own personal opinion is he likes Warzone's gameplay better than Apex, which I sometimes agree with him there. Like kills feel much more like mm, what's the word? Killing somebody,
Satisfying.
huh? Satisfying, yeah. In Apex, it feels way more satisfying to kill somebody than in Warzone, where like I can one tap somebody with a sniper. Um, in Apex, like you got to work for those kills. Like
Oh yeah.
it's a lot more work and tactness that you have to put into Apex than Warzone, but I can have a lot. I feel like I can have more fun in Warzone. I just haven't wanted to play because every time we've played, it's been hackers, which is
Yeah.
the other real
Mm.
test. Like if they prove themselves with those anti cheats, which it doesn't seem likely, just because there's already hackers in the betas for Vanguard, but there's no anti cheat in it, so that's kind of like I'll give you that one, whatever. But I think they really got to prove themselves in uh, Vanguard with the anti cheat.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. I I definitely agree. We'll end up seeing how it goes. When's Vanguard set to release? November time
Yeah, November or something.
or something.
I I lost track. Like it's not even on my radar. Like that's to the point of it's like, nah.
Yeah.
um, let's
When it
see.
happens, it happens.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see here. Pulling up my notes here. I did mention before we started the Battlefield Alpha compared to the Call of Duty beta that's happening this weekend. I know we didn't pull anything up, but man, if I can, I'm gonna try to pull this up.
That TikTok video you sent me today with the Battlefield
Oh yeah,
looked
yeah.
so good. It looked good. It
Oh yeah,
looked
that's what I
really
was showing you. So that where you're changing your shit on the fly.
good.
Um,
Yeah.
that I'm happy to see that, and that looks cool. That looks neat, cool and neat. Yeah, okay. Um, that intrigues me, and how that gameplay is going to play out over like a game, like because in previous battlefields it's been your operators, assault, medic, engineer, scout, recon, or something like that. So
Something along those lines.
yeah, I'm interested to see how me messing with my gun in game changes the dynamics of like a platoon. Probably won't change that much, but like I
Yeah.
wonder if you can
But
change your other shit too.
just a really cool feature.
Oh yeah, that's so dope. Like to change your stuff on the fly instead of like, especially in a game like Battlefield where like either you could die instantly or you could be like very tactical and like you're alive for a long period of time and like maybe you need to change some shit up. Maybe you need to be more stealthy. Um, to be able to do that, I think would be kind of cool to see how that plays out.
So, what do you think? Do you think it's based off of maybe you have a backpack and you could put like certain slots, like, hey, you want to put a silencer or you want to put a different sight with you in that bag, and then you could change it out that way? Or do you think it's based on unlock progression? You could just change it at whim.
I think it's more unlock. I think Call of Duty Black Ops 4, yeah, 4, 3. Whatever the latest one was, 4, I think. You could change your attachments on the fly in game if something wasn't working, but you had to go to like the pause menu to do it. So it's not.
Hmm.
It's like that aspect of it isn't new, but to do it while I'm running in the game is kind of interesting. Like,
Oh yeah,
because like I think the trailer they did it like in the elevator. I was like, oh shit, all right.
yeah,
Be-
yeah. I'm stoked.
yeah, Battlefield I think is going to be Battlefield and Halo. I think those two games this year I think will kind of take the cake
Oh yeah,
this year.
def. I mean, I think without question. We have a really good MMORPG coming out. We have a really good sci-fi first-person shooter, which is Halo, coming out. We have a
The
really good modern day-ish FPS shooter that has tons of new features that's coming out. I think we're gonna
oh,
be pretty good for the
Battlefield and Halo come out in the same week
what?
as of now. Battlefield comes out November 19th, and Halo comes out the 15th, something like that.
Wow. Well,
Yeah, 15th to 19th, so 4 days apart. I'm curious to see what they do with Halo with because I know they announced the Halo League. Um, Let me pull it up. Halo Championship Series.
Okay. I got pulled up too.
Nope, that's not it. I don't think that's it.
Well, it shows Halo Championship Series and it says
Found in 2014.
Halo Infinite. Hmm. News. All news.
Oh, okay. Esports Insider has an article on it. The official partner teams are Cloud9, E United, FaZe Clan, Fnatic, G2 Esports, Navi, Sentinels, Space Station Gaming, and Team Envy. Team Envy just lost in Valorant. So did the Sentinels.
Wow.
Yeah. But
Do,
those
do
are
you think
the.
100 Thieves is going to get a team for
Hey,
competition Halo?
I don't know. I don't see. So that kind of worries me a little bit because I don't see an Optic and I don't see 100 Thieves. um, Space Station, that's cool to see them in something again. I also don't see a Lumosity. Not that these are like huge. I feel like Nicholas Thieves and Optic, because Optic had a good Halo team, so it's interesting to not see them there. I don't see an NRG there either, so that's also interesting. I wonder if these are just like the first ones. Well, those are the organizations announced, so I doubt they'd add anybody short notice.
Hmm.
I wonder if
I
they're
guess,
they're waiting. I could see
yeah,
that
I guess
too.
time will tell, or maybe they're trying to get a dedicated who's gonna be on that team per organization, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
So like,
yeah,
you know, maybe they just don't have a lineup of people who they want to send out. Maybe they have to do like auditions, like see how people play in Halo Infinite to see if they're actually good, and then put them up on that pedestal for that competition. You know what I mean?
yeah. Most of the time, you got to test the game out a little bit and see what
Yeah.
happens, and then follow leaderboards and all that. Um, Most of those teams, I assume, already have like previous competitors from other Halo titles that are already maybe in talks with getting on those teams. Being they're calling it the rebooted Halo League, so I could see it being adding 2 teams next year. Um, I don't think they'll add any other teams this year. I wonder what the buy-in was for this because
No kidding.
the we know numbers for Call of Duty. Call of Duty's buy-in is like 25 million per team. Yeah. So all those teams have. So at what point, bringing it back to Call of Duty, at what point do you say, hey, teams aren't happy with like either? I don't think the prize pool has been a bad thing, but I think the game itself has been the contesting point for a lot of players. Granted, they're like partnered, so when they say shit that's off stream or when they're out of season, like now, where they're like, "Dude, this is the worst game I ever played," stuff like that. Um, I wonder at what point, if any of those teams decide, you know what, this isn't for us, we're going to drop out, we're going to sell the team slot and get into something like Halo
Hmm.
with it coming back, having a resurgence of sorts.
I mean, hey, that does make sense.
I could totally see an Optic. I think the more people that you see maybe dropping out, um, like retiring in the coming years, especially from Call of Duty, like if you see a Scump retire, if you see a Slasher or Crimsix retire, I think that would kind of be a warning flag to the rest of the Call of Duty community. Like, hey, it's not going well. Like they're retiring not because of they can't do it. They're retiring because that game that you guys are putting out, they don't want to play it. And if your
Yeah.
pro teams don't want to play it, you're essentially poster boys for it. Don't want to play. You got
Yeah.
that's rough.
Yeah. I definitely agree. I think they'll always have they'll always find somebody to put on that pedestal and make them, hey, someone's viral. Hey, we'll give you a free beta code, and we want you to show some of the gameplay. Because um, I think they'll always to do that, but maybe just after time goes on, it's gonna be like, who is this? Who at this point, who are you putting up? You're just putting up some famous TikToker
Yeah.
to boost sales, or
Yeah.
you're not
Yeah.
actually putting up like people who are good at the game and have played this,
That seems to
played the Call
be
of Duties for a long time.
Yeah, that seems to be the contention point, I think, in the past couple years with Call of Duty. They just kind of they act very much like they care about their um, esports scene,
Hmm.
but they don't push it that much. They they push it on like YouTube and stuff. You have to actively search to even like watch the streams on stuff, but that I think that's a YouTube algorithm thing. Um, but it's not like front and center. Like they cater. Most games are like this. They cater to those casual people that are going to buy this next game. They are going to spend their money on it. They're going to get their mom's or dad's credit card and put it on that thing and keep buying skin packs and all that shit. The Fortnite effect of college of gaming now, where it's now the younger crowd that is buying the games because mom and dad want them to buy the game, and then they just
Hmm.
put their credit card on file and like, yeah, here, little Timmy,
Sure.
grab whatever you want.
Yeah. Hey, that would be nice, huh?
Well, you say that, and there's like, I think there was, it was like last year, there was like some kid that was like maybe 8 years old, racked up like $22,000 in Fortnite V-Bucks on his
Yep,
parents'
I
credit
saw
card.
that. Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
That would, oh my god.
And he must have bought them super quick for them not to notice. Like, hey,
Yeah,
my,
like it's not working, and just spammed it or some shit.
yeah.
Twenty-two
Huh.
thousand though, like, or whatever the number
Yeah.
was. I know it was a ridiculous number.
No, no, it was, yeah.
It was like a bankrupting number where it was just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Uh, we already
So,
kind of talked about Apex. What do you got?
so do you kind of want to talk about some of the new merch you got out there?
Oh yeah. I don't have anything on me right now. I'm waiting for our pre-orders to come in. Um, but we still have, yeah, we still have some of the summer collection available. So we still have like the Fly Forward summer collection. So it's Fly Forward on the front there, and then the summertime design, where it's a little bit more colorful, kind of summery, considering it's still like 90 fucking degrees.
Yeah.
Um, but our new design, I don't know if I can do this. Let's see if I can do this. Um, and
Actually
then
love that shirt. I love that shirt to work out in and wear. It's just the material's so nice. It's breathable. It's comfortable.
yeah.
Yeah,
Let's see if I can fucking. I don't know if I can. I wonder if I can do this. Aha! Maybe.
what are you doing? Pull up the website?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the website, but I'm gonna like do it strategically. Okay. Okay. Let's see if this works. All right. So on our website, teespring.com/store/knocked, we have some new apparel. So this is a new design for us where it's in Latin. So it's kind of those classical Latin looking stuff. You have the crest right there, and then on the back here, it says uh, volar deniceps, which is fly forward in Latin. I probably butchered that, but that's what it says. And then it's got the Knocked Crown and Scully Crown. And then it has Knocked Gaming in Latin as well. Established 2019. That's when we were established. So we have some shirts. Our tri-blend shirts that are usually what people get. We also have some hoodies, the premium hoodies. And then we also, this time around, we kind of decided to do like more, what do you call it, like decor type stuff.
Yeah.
So we have a wall tapestry. It ranges from 51 by 60 to 88 by 104 inches. So that's kind of cool. Um, we have a canvas print where it's 8 by 10 or 16 by 20. Um, we have a stainless steel tumbler, 20 ounce, which I think looks pretty sick with the like kind of stainless steel looking kind of it kind of looks like faded brush metal
Yeah.
looking. And then we got a coffee mug, and I don't think you can. Well, there it goes. So we got a little coffee mug, black and white, for your morning coffee. Fly forward. So, um, yeah, those are what we got coming out. Kind of get you guys in the spooky season feel. A little bit different design for us. Um, kind of wanted to step outside the box of just doing like the colorful ways that we've been doing. We've been doing a lot of like retro synthwave type stuff. So now kind of getting into like more, I don't know what you call it, like more artsy fartsy.
hmm
But
I
yeah,
mean, I definitely am going to cop that canvas print, maybe some wall tapestry, and the new shirt, maybe a hoodie. Yeah, I definitely like the change in look for at least like, would you say it's kind of like seasonal?
yeah, kind of seasonal. When we did the summer collection, we kind of were like, hey, let's see if we can still do like kind of what we've been doing, where we do like the emblem on the front and the stuff on the back. We kind of changed it up with the fly forward on the chest, but just something different, something unique, something different. Want to be a little bit more something where you could wear this out and no one would really suspect a thing of where it comes from. I think with a lot of other stuff, it's very colorful, um, and unless you really like knew it, you wouldn't be like necessarily like, the fuck is that? This I feel like is, I don't know, subtle, more subtle.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
excited about it. I think
Yeah.
it'll look good. Um, trying to like, there you go. Yeah. So we have that out as well. Um, yeah. Any other things we want to bring up?
No, I think that kind of covers it for tonight. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think a little wrap up of the week of like, I mean, it was a weird week considering like Apex was shit. We don't really play Warzone anymore. Could have maybe hopped on Valorant. I did enjoy watching the Valorant Masters. I kind of like tuned out once 100 Thieves lost. Though I was like, oh shit, damn,
Yeah.
my team left.
Yeah.
But it was cool to see not a big name win it. Gambit Esports won the title. They beat Envy 3-0, so that was kind of crazy. I kind of thought once Envy beat, who the fuck did Envy beat? Oh, Envy beat 100 Thieves.
Yep.
I kind of thought they were gonna take the whole thing, but it was kind of cool that they didn't. Um, Other than that, I think next time we're gonna do a little bit more content stuff. I think we're gonna do some reaction videos, like TikToks and try not to laugh challenge type stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to get that set up so we can do that, and just like do a video and then post it. But yeah, that's all I got for the Fly Forward podcast this week. All of our links to our affiliation codes and all that stuff is down below. The link to the new apparel up there is going to be down below as well. So give it a like, give it a follow, and we will see you guys in the next one.